Hello, everyone. Sorry we're late. We were dealing with some tech issues that are perhaps not yet resolved.
Let's
Um,
see.
if Mary Lou's sound is a bit choppy, then sorry. This is Where Are All the Women, and I'm Meghan Murphy, and this is Mary Lou Singleton.
Hi, everybody.
How has your holiday season been?
It's been good. I've just been resting a lot and knitting and not working. The unusual for me. I'm a workaholic, and I didn't. I took 5 days in a row off. I was getting kind of nervous, not working.
It made you uncomfortable.
It did, and I have this weird idea that I'll be punished if I'm not working. Like there'll never be work again if I'm not working all the time. But that wasn't true. I came back to work, and there's lots of work.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and use the super chat if you have questions and comments. My holiday season has not been restful at all. No, I'm exhausted. I need to sleep for like 3 days.
Been partying in Sayulita?
Yeah, there's just too much fun to have over the holidays here. It's impossible to. I mean, I guess I could just stay home and not leave the house, but that's not really my style.
Right.
So, as you can tell from my voice, I have been out enjoying the festivities and singing karaoke and things of that nature. And once the new year is done, then I'm going to hibernate for 1 year.
The fiesta stop in Mexico. Once the new year's done, it won't be.
What?
Mexico is always a fiesta, right? It's going to be Mexican Christmas through January 6th. And then what's next? There's like
February is big. There's lots of there's and you know the how do you say it? The like carnival comes usually I think in late February, and that's always a big thing. And yeah, Valentine's Day is always really big in Sayulita, and then there's other there's Sayulita days or something like that. There's also maybe I can just shut it down a bit for January and then come back strong in February. Yeah, it's hard to take a break in Sayulita in general because there's kind of always something going on. Yeah. But I suppose that's why I like it here. Are you doing New Year's resolutions?
Every year I do them. I don't follow through on them, and then I just feel like a bad person. How about you?
I'm against New Year's resolutions. I think that they're stupid.
They're wrong.
Yeah, because I feel like so many people, it's too extreme, and that's not a good way to make change in your life, and it doesn't work. It's just a good way to be unsuccessful. And I feel like so many people, their New Year's resolutions are like to become an entirely different person.
Yeah.
Really, it's like, I'm going to stop drinking forever. I'm never going to eat sugar again. I'm going to run a marathon, if you have never run a marathon before, or you eat a lot of sugar, or you like drinking, then it's just, that's just too much. Just be like, I'm going to start, I don't know, going for, I don't even want to say any of it. I don't like any of it. I don't like New Year's resolutions. I think that they're stupid. I think that if you want to make change in your life, the best way to do that is in a realistic way and incrementally. And so, yeah, I think I mentioned this last week, but the only New Year's resolutions I've made that I can ever remember making, and I have more than once, is usually to read more paper books, which I've succeeded at. I read quite a bit now. It's part of my routine. And that took me a few years to get to that, because I had to figure out a way to do it that would work for me, because I don't read in my house. If I'm in my house, I'm working because my laptop's here. So I'm like, well, I might as well just work. So I have to be somewhere that's not at home and not near my laptop, and I have to put my phone down. And so, but I do that. I mean, I do this year. I do want to go on a man cleanse. So I suppose that's. It's not necessarily attached to New Year. It's sort of attached to the New Year, but also I'm just like, okay, I would like to cut men out of not male friends, but in terms of love interests and other such things. I don't want anything to do with any of them for a while. I need a break.
Yeah, a man cleanse. Well, not the man cleanse, but the reading book is going to be one of my resolutions. That I'm not reading books. It's my favorite thing to do. And everybody else, I'm just addicted to screens. Don't have quite the attention span for books that I used to have. So
I can barely hear you. Are other people
no.
having this issue, or is it just me that you can like that she's freezing up or cutting in and out? I hope it's just me. I can hear you a bit. It's very janky sounding though. But yeah.
Okay. Well,
sounds like you're a broken robot.
Oh, that's terrible. That's so not what I want to be.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe it's not work. No.
I think it's an internet connection problem. Unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I think in general, like it's not just because so many people when they read don't even read paper books. They read on tablets and things like that, or they listen to audiobooks. And I mean, those things are good in general, you know, reading is a good thing, but I think it's important to read the paper, but like, I think it's important to not be looking at a screen. I think that's sort of key. And I also think that it's important that people have physical paper books in their lives because it's permanent and it can't be edited and rewritten and changed and those kinds of creepy Orwellian things that seem to be happening nowadays. Like, I think that we need to commit ourselves to material, physical things in the real world. I think that's like, I don't know if we will. I mean, I can never figure out if I'm an optimist or a cynic, but what am I cynical? I think I'm cynical. Am I
cynical?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think also kind of an people have it in them to do better.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes I feel like I have hope for humanity, but I don't like it's, you know, it's easy to say, oh, well, maybe there's going to be a backlash to all this AI slop and all this like social media algorithmic overload and screen time overload. And that'll mean that people will come back to, you know, real tangible things and seeing real people in real life and community and things like that. And of course, that's what I hope will happen. But so many people are so lazy and not falling into what's easy is difficult for people. I don't know. I found I'm kind of like over social media. This is how I'm feeling recently, which is not like normal for me because as much as, you know, I don't use Facebook or haven't liked Facebook in ages. Like I'm not a huge social media person. I'm not the kind of person who's going to jump on board the next new thing. I've refused to go on TikTok. It took me quite a long time to get on YouTube. You know, like I was sort of forced to start a YouTube channel. I'm glad I did, of course, but I did that when I was banned from Twitter because I had to find other avenues for my voice. And I'm not that into Instagram. Like I use it, but I'm not that into it. But even X now, I'm just like there's so much crap on there. It's like just this, and the way that our algorithms, I think algorithms are ruining social media because you click like on one thing and then it feeds you 100 of the exact same post because the algorithm is like, oh, you like this, here's only this. And I don't want to just see, I already saw this. I want to see something new. I want to see a diversity of things, you know, like I want to see posts about all sorts of stuff from all sorts of people, not just the exact same thing over and over and over. And both Instagram and X seem to function like that now. And so much of it is AI, like, and not even real people or just, you know, people who are, you know, trying to get engagement. So it's not sincere, which is connected to the monetization aspect, I think. And yeah, I just am like finding it not, and I always really liked Twitter. Like I always really liked X. I find it fun. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, this is hate site, man. Like that I've always found it very entertaining and I liked using it, but I just, every time I open it, I'm just like, this is boring. Like, what? I don't even, who are these people? What is this? What's the point of this? So.
Yeah, but you're not going to resolve to quit, because that's not good.
No, I mean, I also can't, because I need to use social media as part of my work. And so it actually sort of worries me that I'm sort of not interested in social media. I'm like, well, you kind of have to be interested in social media, Meghan, if you're going to function. But maybe I don't. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I can do my work without being super engaged. Like, I feel like the kinds of people who are like, I'm not going to use social media, like, they can say that because they don't have to. Like, they don't need it. They don't need to promote. They're not, independent writers and podcasters who need to promote their work and content and build an audience and keep growing and growing and growing and reaching more and more people. But social media has never worked very well for me in that context anyway, because I just I'm not attuned to what the algorithm wants ever, and I don't much care to be. It's just not how I want to function. Like, I should, because I need to make a living, but it doesn't interest me to keep trying to figure out what the algorithm likes and doesn't like. I have zero interest in spending time on that.
Where do you get your news? Like, this is my question of where do we get our news? Because I was getting a lot of my news on Twitter, but now my algorithm's not really feeding me decent news anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Because I always got my news there, and it was great for that. And now I feel like all the posts that I see on X are about men against women and relationship stuff and avoidant attachment, men with like attachment issues. If this says anything about what my algorithm thinks I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Like, or, debates around marriage and single people, and, whether or not men want like a boss babe or a trad, like just this same thing over and over and over and over again, which, those kinds of things interest me to a certain extent, but not that much. I want to read, I want to see news. Like, I want to know what's going on, and I want to see, a diversity of content from real people. So I don't know now, like, where do I get my news? Usually, it was always X. And
well, for most of my life, my adult life, I would just listen to NPR and Democracy Now! And that was a huge loss for me in what was that, like around 2013 to 2015, where I just quit listening to them and thinking they had anything to tell me, because it was just constant. Everything was racism, and everything was about men, women can have penises too. And I just lost all faith in their reporting, because it was all propaganda. And then it just got consistently worse and worse. So then I switched. Where was I getting my news after that? I think Facebook and Twitter. And then I got into the free press, and now I feel like that they're trying to brainwash me in all kinds of weird ways. Like, there's a definite social engineering vibe to the free press to me now.
Yeah, I do get a lot of my news from the free press, because I'm subscribed. So I do get some news. Matt Taibbi's great.
Yeah, I love Matt Taibbi.
Like, he covers so much stuff. He works really, really hard. I can't even believe how much he produces. And he's 100% a trustworthy voice. Like, I really trust his integrity and authenticity. And when he makes mistakes, he corrects them.
Yeah, I really like Matt Taibbi. I do listen to America This Week twice a week with Walter Kern and Matt Taibbi.
Well, I love both of them.
I love that. It's not really news, though. It's commentary. I'm in this conundrum of not knowing where to get my news. I'm not going to get my news from MSNBC or CNN or Fox, like that. So I'm not really getting good news right now.
My hope is that Substack improves, because part of the problem with Substack is that you can't, like, almost everybody has started putting everything behind a paywall.
Yes.
Like, I put some of my stuff behind a paywall and lots of my stuff not behind a paywall. I have to put some of it behind my paywall because I need to survive, and this is how I make a living. And obviously you want to provide something special to paying subscribers. Like, you want there to be an incentive, but also you want to say, you know, thank you for being a paid subscriber. Here's this bonus content, or here's, you know, this article just for you guys. But yeah, I mean, I can't, and nobody can subscribe to that many different, like Substackers, because partly you don't want your email inbox totally flooded, and you can't afford it. So I wish that they would do a pay per article, or they would, I don't know how they would do this, but cut a deal where people are getting money regardless of how many paid subscribers they have, so that you still have access and you can still get your work out there, and that other people can get their work to you without you having to, you know, pay $5 or $8 or $10 to like 20 different publications. I don't know what the solution would be, but because Substack is great, and actually their feed, you know, their social feed that's similar to X is awesome because there's no algorithm.
Yeah.
So you just see the people that you follow and you see what's posted. It's not sorting it for you based on what it thinks you want to see or what it wants you to see. I wish that Twitter would just do that.
Well, that's kind of what Facebook and Twitter used to be like in the early days. Yeah. Now, where it was just people you knew posting. Now it's all algorithm led. You know, I don't know how that can happen with Substack without allowing ads.
Well, what would be wrong with having ads? Wouldn't that be okay? Or maybe that would have.
It wouldn't be independent journalism anymore, really.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. But yeah, I guess I hope that Substack continues to improve. And otherwise, I mean, I don't know, like Elon doesn't seem particularly invested in changing X. And I see so many people complaining about the same thing that I'm complaining about on X, which is that their algorithm is just feeding them a bunch of crap. And like, it's just engagement farmers, and it's bots, and it's fake posts, and it's a real turnoff. I'd rather see people arguing about things. You know, I do see people criticizing Candace Owens a lot. That's on my feed a lot. She's like Looney Tunes. What do you think about the whole Candace Owens thing?
Oh, I'm so disappointed in Candace Owens. When she came on the scene, I was excited. She's beautiful. She's charismatic.
I know. I thought she was quite sharp. Like, I didn't like a lot of what she said often, but I thought she was smart. And she's just
crazy.
She's totally crazy. And she's just like, she's the biggest grifter on the planet. You know, she's just, she has zero ethics and zero morality, you know, to go after Erica Kirk in the way that she has, and to use Charlie Kirk as a way for her to profit and, you know, get attention, I think is disgusting.
Yeah, her following is growing and growing and growing. I'm just meeting more and more people who are Team Candace right now. I think
people love anti-Semitism. They do. I had no idea how much people really wanted any excuse to hate Jewish people. I had no idea. Well,
I mean, just a brief look at history shows that that's been true for some time. Yeah, she's ginning that up so much. People are eating it up. I'm really concerned about the destruction of the coalition that Trump built to quell the, you know, they've really put the damper on all of this wokeism and all the gender crap in the United States. And she's just tearing it apart. She's just completely destroying any ability for people on the right to work together.
Yeah, I mean, all the Israel obsession has destroyed that, you know, and all of the comedians are on board with this anti-Israel, you know, anti-Semitism, pro-Palestine thing. They've all fallen for it. I just watched the new Dave Chappelle special, and he is just, I don't know why every single one of them, except for Bridget Fetisi, has gotten so invested in this Israel obsession and these like conspiracies around Jews.
People love to hate Israel. It's so interesting. And
like, who cares? Why are you guys so obsessed with Israel? Like, it's weird. Like, it's like this little tiny thing. Like, it's like, I'm not going to say that there's no reason to criticize Israel, but what the criticisms are so obsessive and over the top and endless. And there's like a whole big world out there of bad things happening beyond Israel. Like,
right?
It's so strange.
Yeah, it's distressing to me. I think she's a really destructive force right now in so many people, because she is beautiful and charismatic, and people are looking for something. Maybe they're looking for a way to join with other anti-Semites.
I think it's just, I've been reading this book. I wish I had it closer to me. I may have mentioned this already, on mass movements. It's oh my gosh, I've forgotten what it's called. The True Believer. Thoughts on the Nature of Mass Movements by Eric Hoffer, which was published in frickin', like, this always blows my mind. It's published in 1951.
Wow.
And it could have been written yesterday. Like, all of it is completely relevant to what's happening today. But I think it's, she's like a mass movement in and of herself. People want to attach themselves to something. I think that, it's strange, because you might think that a lot of her followers are religious, because she is. But I don't know if that's true, because it seems like the people who attach themselves to activism and mass movements are people who are often lacking religion in their life. So they're seeking purpose and meaning and answers. And so they find, Candace Owens, or they find communism, or whatever it is. And, communism, like, Black Lives Matter, that was, a religious movement. And, it's all very culty, the trans thing. It's all very culty.
And I don't like any of those. I don't want to join any of those movements that you just listed.
So I think it's just, I don't know. And I think with Candace Owens, probably part of it too is that people want to feel like they are smarter than other people, like they know something. Oh, we see through this, it's why people are invested in conspiracy theories in some way, although I like a lot of conspiracy theories, and of course many of them turn out to be true. But I think people like the idea of like, oh, everyone else is so stupid, they're falling for this Israel crap, but I see right through it and I know the real truth. And I think that Candace offers people that kind of thing.
What do they want to do with Israel? Like, do these people honestly want to kick all the Jewish people out of that landmass, that country? Like, what's their end game here? And do they know nothing about history? Do they understand how all those people ended up in Israel? It's because they were being massacred everywhere else, including all the Middle Eastern Jews. Like, they were, as soon as Israel was founded by people who had survived the European Holocaust, all the Middle Eastern countries started kicking all the Jews out, and they ended up in Israel too. Where are they supposed to go?
I don't know. I don't think that they care. Like, they can't, because they don't have, none of them have an answer to that question. If you ask any of them, they'll never answer. They'll just turn it around back on, they're genociding the Palestinians or whatever it is. But they don't have an answer to what should they do with Israel, and what should all those people do, and what should the Jews living in the Middle East do? There's no answer. I don't think they care. I think they'd be happy to have them all die, because they've decided that they're evil. Israel is evil. All of those people are evil. The Jews are evil. This is what they think. I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments, but.
No, I think they do.
And why would you want the Muslim countries to win this war?
And Muslim forces are massacring Catholics all across Africa. Well, definitely in Nigeria, in many African countries, they're massacring Christians and Catholics and Orthodox Christians in the Middle East and Syria. No one cares about that. It's the huge number of people being killed by Islamic extremists. They're just fixated on what Israel is doing. And Israel is, the war is mostly over. I don't know. Wars are always disgusting and messy and involve carnage. That's the nature of war.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really strange. And it's really, it's just so disappointing that the anti-woke crew and the kind of heterodox crew are leading the charge in a lot of ways in this sense. Like, it's like, okay, you've just joined up with these lefty retards who are forcing and allowing Islamists into the West and, you know, changing the culture in really radical ways, and will continue to. I mean, you're supporting terrorists and jihadis and people who hate you and your values and the country you live in. Really, well, I think
the wokesters, I can kind of understand that they sincerely hate Western civilization so much that they're willing to get behind any armed group of dicks trying to take it down, right? Like, they're just like, these guys will take. I think that they are invested in the radical Islamists taking down Western civilization because they've internalized so much hatred of Western civilization, of so-called whiteness, on and on. But Candace Owens doesn't fit into that. Why is she essentially simping for radical Islam with her anti-Israel, anti-Jewish rhetoric?
I just think it's a great way to make money.
Oh,
like Jake Shields jumped on that bandwagon too. I mean, there's just a huge audience for it. I think that there's just so many people who are desperate, as I said, for an excuse to hate Jews and hate Israel and point the finger. And so she saw that as an opportunity and took it.
She's just an opportunist. I think she is a little bit crazy too.
Yeah, I sort of think she is too. I mean, the stuff around like her thinking that she was going to get assassinated because of, you know, her saying that Brigitte Macron has a penis. Like, it's like,
even that is.
Do you think she really believes it?
I think she does. A lot of people seem to believe it. And then they get fixated on like, now people are saying Barbara Bush was a man and that Eleanor Roosevelt was a man. And it's like, come on, that I'm all about fighting this transgender totalitarianism that's sterilizing children and wrecking women's sex-based rights. But we don't need to take it that far. Like that.
No, I mean, they've been trying to say that Lady Gaga is a man forever. And it's like, you guys just stop. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I don't know if I care that much.
No.
Somebody, you know, like, okay, so maybe Obama married a gay man and she's been pretending to be a woman this whole time. I don't know if I really care that much. That's not, you know, my investment in the trans issue. There's about a million other things at stake that are more dangerous and more important to me than uncovering who is actually, you know, like, of course it matters because the lie of a man saying that he's a woman so that he can access women's spaces matters. But I don't know. I mean, if Michelle Obama is actually a man, maybe she is. I
don't see it.
I don't care.
No, I can't give it any energy. Yeah, it's all this is where I'm not feeling hopeful. I was excited about some of the changes with this administration, and I still am. I'm excited about ending pediatric gender, so-called medicine. That's exciting, but I feel like it's all falling apart. People are just getting crazy. It's falling apart. And I live in terror of the Democrats getting in power again before they have.
Yeah, thanks to all these freaking stupid anti-Israel people that have turned against MAGA because they're, you know, they support Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, I really...
Stupid idiots. They're just so short-sighted. It's just like there's so many other issues that you should be paying attention to. This is ridiculous. Why is this the only thing? Anyway, so are you doing New Year's resolutions, to get back to our New Year's theme?
Well, I was going to resolve what you had said. I was going to resolve to read more paper books. I guess I am. I'm resolving to resolve that. I have a small stack of them that I keep trying. I just have to train myself how to read again. It used to be my favorite thing. And now I'm like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to get on my phone because I'm just like every other phone addict. So
well, that's what I mean. That's why, like, if you can, I mean, whatever works. For me, it's worked really well to leave the house because I can't get distracted by other things.
Leave the phone. I just have to make myself do it. And then my second one was to turn the phone off more and just have more phone free time. Stop looking at the phone. I don't like being a phone addict. It's gross. I feel gross. And when I think about the amount of time I spend staring at my phone, I just like weep for my soul. It's just like terrible junkie. I'm a terrible junkie with it.
Yeah, it really grosses me out too. Yeah, I mean, I think I also, in general, see, these are kind of the ways that I make New Year's resolutions-ish. So it's always just the same thing that I'm trying to do, but I'm like, I guess I can call this a New Year's resolution, but it's not really a resolution. I want to be more consistent. I really want to focus more on myself this year. I feel like the past year I've been so distracted and so like constantly losing sight of my routines. I want my routine back. I want to be on a more like I want to be back on my schedule. Like I've been inconsistent with the gym. I've been inconsistent with my work. And it's unfortunately all men's fault.
Is it?
Yes, 100%.
So when you say you're going to do a man fast,
I just don't want anything to do with them for a while.
How is that different than saying you're going to have a period of celibacy?
Well, I would like to have a period of celibacy.
Okay, yeah.
That was like a really, I've mentioned this before, that was a really great year for me. My year of celibacy, which ended a year ago. And then the past year has been an insane, psychotic, dramatic mess of emotions and chaos and stress and distraction. So, the answer is simple. Celibacy.
Have a year of celibacy. I think it's always good to take some time to just draw your energy in, not share it intimately for a while, figure out what went wrong, how not to do that again, feed yourself.
Oh God, Lord. Yeah. I mean, I know what went wrong was that I decided that I was safe to engage with men again. I'm not, I just, and it's particularly hard in Sayulita. Like in general, I think it's hard for me because I fall in love really easily. Like I'm not very detached. This particular situation happened by accident, which these things always kind of happen by accident, but it was very unintentional. And so, the man that I was seeing for the past 10 months or something like that, he was supposed to be leaving. Like he was only supposed to be here for a few months. So I just thought it didn't really matter. So I wasn't thinking, oh, this is a smart choice in terms of who I should be involved with. I just thought, whatever. And to be honest, he seemed really nice and sweet at first. And then it turned out that he had major attachment issues and was a crazy person. But, and it's like, and then he just kept staying and staying and staying, and he's still here. And I'm like, are you going to leave?
No.
Like,
what's that line from The Simpsons? It started out like Romeo and Juliet, but it ended in tragedy.
I love that.
Yeah.
But now he claims to be leaving next month to go.
He claims
to Mexico City. So I'm just hoping this time it's true.
I'll
be sad when he leaves too, but I gotta get rid of this in my life. Mexican men are insane. I feel like I've mentioned this before, and that's not racist. It's just a fact.
Where's he going? Where will he go?
Mexico City.
Oh, Mexico City. Yeah.
And then I'll be free.
Maybe you should plan an extended trip somewhere.
But I like it here.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help to leave a bit, but I still love Sayulita. It's so hard in Sayulita, and any woman will tell you this. It's extremely hard to date and be involved with men in Sayulita because it's such a small town.
Mm.
So it's really, really intense, and you can't really avoid anybody. And it's way too much too fast, just by the nature of how the town is.
Mhm.
You're always around each other. You're always around each other's friends. People gossip here like a lot. So people are always talking about you and talking about him, and spreading rumors, and that creates drama, because you hear things and they're told things and so on and so forth. And then it's really hard to end things because you can't avoid anybody. And then if they start seeing someone else, it's kind of right in your, like, it's just really difficult. And I had already decided a long time ago that I didn't want to date anybody who lived here. I wanted to date somebody who was here part-time or nearby or something like that. I don't want to date anybody in the town, but unfortunately this happened by accident. So once he's leaving before February 17th, and February 17th is the day that we need to leave all of these things in the past and move into the year of the horse.
Oh, is that the Lunar New Year?
I think so.
It's also Ash Wednesday, right? Or it's the beginning of Lent is around there. So it's a good time to take a vow of celibacy. Have you tried freezing him?
I don't want to freeze him is the problem.
Oh, no.
If I actually wanted him out of my life, I would have gotten him out of my life. That's the problem. Someone has to take him out of my life, because it's not going to be me.
No.
People are like, I mean, it's like the obvious answer. It's like, why don't you just block him and never see him again? I'm like, because I want to see him.
Okay.
I have no control over the situation. But I think it's going to be resolved for me in time for the year of the horse, which I don't know if people know about the shedding of the snake and moving into the year of the horse. But as we approach, I'm reading from a post, as we approach the last couple months of the year of the snake, Chinese medicine reminds us that this is not a loud ending, it is a shedding. The snake is wisdom, depth, patience, and transformation. It asks us to release old skins, identities, habits, relationships, and beliefs that once protected us, but now restrict our growth. This year felt introspective, emotional, or quietly intense. That was by design. Letting go is the medicine. In Chinese medicine, holding on creates stagnation. When we cling on emotionally or physically, is that how I say that word? Qi? Qi? Thanks.
Qi,
I knew I'd say that wrong.
Your life force.
I do this. This is the problem of reading too much, is that I sometimes read words and I realize I've never said them out loud before. Qi titans.
Totally. Which is how I ended up saying misled for years instead of misled as a teenager.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I was
probably still do that. There's a bunch of things that I continue to say wrong because I said them in my head for too long, and I just can't knock the habit.
Yeah. Okay, so about the qi.
So when we cling on emotionally or physically, qi tightens, blood becomes constrained, and the spirit feels heavy. The snake teaches us that renewal only happens after release. What you are asked to leave behind now is not a loss, it is preparation. So on Tuesday, February 17th, we step into the year of the horse, and the energy shifts dramatically. The horse brings movement, fire, freedom, passion, and forward momentum. This is a year of action, truth, courage, and embodied vitality. Where the snake asked us to go inward, the horse asks us to move, to live more honestly, and to follow what makes the heart feel alive. The horse does not tolerate stagnation. It favors those who listen to their inner rhythm, trust their instincts, and fully commit to the path ahead. Do the inner clearing now, because once the horse arrives, life begins to move fast.
Okay, sounds great. And it's also on Mardi Gras. That's the same day as the parties. Yeah.
Oh. I don't think we do Mardi Gras here.
Don't you do? Yeah, you do.
We do?
Yeah.
I've never done Mardi Gras here. No, we don't.
I don't call it Mardi Gras. It's the day before Lent. I'm sure they're partying then.
No.
Yes,
I've
they
never
are.
done anything for Mardi Gras.
I'm going to come down there and see.
Mardi Gras, I'm sure
Yeah.
I would have noticed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something else and it's just not called Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mardi Gras, yeah, that's the French way to say it.
I wonder if that's when the carnival comes.
I bet it is Carnival.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's that for my resolutions. I don't know if I want to commit to celibacy completely. I mean, I probably should, but I definitely want to not get involved with any man for a while.
All right, for
Maybe
a while. But you have to shed this one. It sounds like you're still entwined in the snaky.
Yes, once he leaves, then I won't be anymore and I'll be free.
Okay.
And then I'm never dating another man again for the rest of my life. And my life will be perfect then.
That'll make your life perfect.
Somebody says, don't offer suffering to a snake. I don't know if I know what that means. Do you?
Oh, she said, don't go to witchcraft. Offer Novena to St. Anthony. That's always a good thing. I love St. Anthony. Yeah, I wanted to tell Ardell in the comments that I really agree with what you're saying about Israel as a strategic ally, but that's not.
What did he say?
We said a lot of great stuff.
Oh, I missed it.
I know. We have real enemies in the Middle East. We can't just, the U.S. can't just stop all diplomatic contact in our strategic alliance there. He said a lot of good things, but I agreed with him. And I was listening to you, and I hope this guy goes away. And I'm just imagining you like putting him in a little jar and then thawing him out, and putting him in a little jar and thawing him out. And
you can't put somebody in a jar if you don't mean it. Like you can't freeze somebody unless you really mean it.
How do you know?
Dangerous, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, don't you think it's, I mean, you know more about witchcraft than I do, but don't you think it's dangerous to put a spell on somebody if you're not really sure that that's really what you want?
Well, the freezing spell.
You gotta really mean it, no?
No, because the freezing spell is not so much a spell on that person as like freezing them out of your life. That the intention of that spell.
But what if you don't want to freeze them out of your life? Then.
Well, then no, it's not going to work because
your
intention is not there.
Yeah, you have to really mean it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I did freeze one person, and it worked. And I really sincerely, genuinely wanted him to disappear from my life forever, as though he had died.
And did it work?
Wanted to never hear from this person ever again for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. It seems to have worked.
Yeah, freezing works surprisingly well.
Thank God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That person was causing so much torment in my life.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad it worked. Well, I'm excited for your year of celibacy.
A year of me.
Your year of you. I hope this guy goes away. What if he doesn't? What if he just sticks around for years and years?
Well, that's what my fear has been. But it sounds like he's committed to leaving.
Okay.
But he's told me he's leaving so many times, and I'm like, oh, actually, I'm staying till he's got to. Yeah, he's got to go. I'm pretty sure he's going. If he doesn't, Lord, I don't know what I'll do. My life will be ruined forever.
It's terrible.
Oh, Lord, yeah. I mean, Mexican men are a strange breed because. And I think, when I'm talking about Mexican men, I think mostly what I'm talking about is sort of poor Mexican men. I don't know if it applies to like the bougie, white, rich Mexican guys. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because I think it's a product of, childhood trauma. There's like a common pattern of, Mexican men like abandoning their family and being womanizers and alcoholics and abusers and things like that, which obviously creates children with really serious attachment issues and who are addicted to and have normalized chaos. And yeah, it's a common trope here. And like it's normalized for the Mexican women too, but it's not normalized if you're from somewhere else and that's not the culture. And then you come here and you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately, I think that's true in a lot of impoverished communities, that same pattern, whether it's white Appalachia or African American poor urban communities, or pick a community where there's entrenched poverty, and I think that is the pattern you're going to see, and it perpetuates poverty. People learn to interact that way.
Yeah, and they learn that vulnerability is scary and dangerous, and that feelings are scary and dangerous, and that they can't trust anybody, and they also can't trust themselves, which is a really crazy thing to deal with, like to be on the other end of. Like, oh, you don't trust me, and you don't trust anybody, and you don't trust you, because all you've learned in your life is that people aren't trustworthy, that you can't rely on people. And yeah, so it's been a very dramatic and intense year. But I think it has for a lot of people. Everybody, like at least everybody I talked to here, had this really crazy, dramatic, intense, emotional year, and a year of sort of questioning your path, and whether or not you're on the right path, and what the correct path to take is. I don't know if you experience that, but I know a lot of people who have.
No, I'm in this different phase of life. I'm just really in this like granny vibe where I'm just kind of enjoying being a grandma and slowing down and wanting things to just be mellow and sweet for these little people, and doing a lot of knitting. It's very weird. I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying that. But when they get bigger, maybe I'll re-enter that what am I doing here phase. But right now it's really sweet just having little kids around and enjoying them in a way I couldn't when my own children were little, when I was like, who am I? What am I doing? I got to build my career. I've got, I'm busy. I got to clean. I got to keep the house. I mean, it was just nonstop chaos when my kids were little, and it was very hard for me to be present with them. So it's nice to be in my granny years now. It has mellowed me out a lot.
Well, that sounds nice. Like, good for you.
It's surprisingly nice. I really love it. I'm just a cliche now. Like, it's so great being a grandma. But it did mellow me out quite a bit. Maybe the fire will return because they're going to grow up, and then I won't be in this phase anymore.
I'm trying to find this other post about the year of the snake and the year of the horse. Because there's also, there's a lot of things that I've been reading have talked about, like leaving behind kind of toxic relationships, and sort of, not hanging on to things and clinging to things that are not serving you.
I am feeling that. Like I used to have so much grief every time a friendship would end or we'd outgrow it. And now I'm more at peace with that's okay to just let people go if it's not working anymore.
Yes, I totally have been feeling that for a while, but this year in particular, probably for the past couple years though, or a few years for sure, where, when I was younger, I used to really struggle to maintain any and all relationships. And it was a really bad feeling for me when relationships ended, and I was really torn up about it, with friendships, anything. And now, I just feel like if a relationship isn't working, then you just leave it, like, and just let it go, and it's fine. And I don't really care that much. Like, it's like, okay, this isn't working for me, and whatever.
Right.
So I like that. I'm glad that I've finally become comfortable with that, because that was, hard for me for a long time. Okay, 2026, the year of the horse. After the intense shedding of the snake year and the closing cycles of a number 9 year, that's the other thing that's important about this.
Right.
Starting the end of this 9-year cycle, everything begins to move again. The snake stripped away what wasn't real. The number 9 year brought endings, clarity, truth, and emotional release. The energy of 2026 is fast, forward moving, and full of breakthroughs. This is a year where opportunities open suddenly, and so when opportunities open suddenly this year, you have to like grab them. So you have to be ready to. So that's why the shedding is important, so that you're ready and open to grab onto all these opportunities that are going to come along. Where your confidence rises and your path becomes clearer, the horse here pushes you to trust your instincts and take bold steps. No more holding back, no more overthinking, no more shrinking yourself. The seeds you planted during the chaos and cleansing of 2025 will begin to show real growth. This is really all speaking to me, as you can tell. Get ready. The horse is carrying you into a year of movement, power, and possibility. And 2026 is powerful because 2026 is a universal year. In numerology, 1 is the beginning of a brand new cycle. It marks, there's like a little 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10, and then 1 plus 0 equals 1. So that's why they're talking about the number 1. It marks the reset point after 9 years of lessons, endings, and closures. This is the energy of initiation, courage, independent, and first steps. What starts in a 1 year sets the tone for the next 9 years. So we have to be really careful and intentional. So it's this is why I'm really hoping this man will leave. It's like a big deal for me. I'm like, you got to get out of here by February 17th. Otherwise, I'm going to ruin the next 9 years. Also, in mid-February 2026, February 17th, we enter the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac. The horse symbolizes vitality, movement, freedom, and transformation. Horse years don't move slowly. They push life forward. They demand action, momentum, and bold decisions. The year of the horse appears once every 12 years, making this shift even more significant. When the forward-moving energy of the horse combines with the fresh start energy of a universal 1 year, something powerful happens. The rare combination of a universal 1 year plus the horse year signals accelerated beginnings. 2026 favors those who choose courage over comfort, action over waiting, truth over familiarity. Be ready for this powerful year.
All right. What is your Chinese zodiac? What year were you born?
Goat, sheep, ram.
Okay, the sheep. That's right. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'm the rooster.
So yeah, the goat for me. I don't know that much about the Chinese zodiac, to be honest, but
you do. Getting into it. I know that each year has an animal and an element, and I can't remember which horse year we're entering, but I know the year of the fire horse.
It is the fire horse.
This is the fire horse?
I'm pretty sure I just read that. Yeah.
Can you look it up?
I'll confirm, but I'm pretty sure I was just reading that. Yeah. The fire horse primarily refers to a specific powerful year in the Chinese zodiac, like 2026, symbolizing passion, action, and opportunity.
Okay, so the year of the fire horse, women who are a fire horse in their Chinese zodiac, in that belief system, are these movers and shakers, and they refuse to be submissive. And so there have been multiple fire horse years in different Chinese dynasties where they killed every female baby born that year because they didn't want any female fire horses. It's pretty harsh. Yeah, it's really harsh.
Ardell says, I turned 46 this year. Getting older is a privilege. My body is still strong and I know myself now. It's nice. This is how I feel too. It's sort of a weird feeling though, because I sort of almost feel at my best physically. And, I'm like, oh no, is it all downhill from here? Like I feel people on the internet, let's just say men on the internet, always like scoff at me when I say this. And they're like, cope. Because I'm like, I feel way more attractive now than I did when I was like 20 or 25. But I don't, it's not necessarily just physical. Like I am in much better shape than I was in my 20s now. I'm stronger from lifting weights for the past 5 or 6 years now, which I was not doing before. and I've lost a bunch of weight this year. But it's not, I think it's not just that. Like, I think that when these guys think about what's attractive, they're just thinking about looking at your face on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
And being attractive is about way more than that.
These were great. I thought that was a great decade.
Pardon? That cut out.
I think the 40s were a great decade for me. I loved that decade. I felt really in my stride. My 50s were really messed up by COVID. I turned 50 right before 2020. And I feel like it just kind of set a bad tone for that decade for me. I feel like I aged a lot during just being so angry all the time.
Yeah, the 40s, my 40s have been the best decade of my life for sure. You know, despite this drama and chaos that's happened, I have been the happiest. And because you really are, I think you just really start to feel comfortable with yourself and you like yourself and you really stop giving a shit so much about what other people think. And that's just so freeing. Know what you want and you're not trying to pretend that you want something that you don't want. I think you spend so much time in your 20s and 30s maybe pretending to be somebody that you're not, or wanting to be somebody that you're not, and not really knowing what you want and worrying a lot about what other people think about you. And so
yeah, I think it just gets better and better until then, however it degrades at the end, whatever time that is. I know a lot of people in their early 80s who feel great, who ride their bikes, who are doing great. You just have to keep moving, keep stretching, keep your mind active, and have good luck. I mean, things can happen, we're all traveling through this realm, getting picked off one by one, right? Like we're all, our time is coming, but if you get some good luck. No, you don't want to talk about that?
I don't want to die. I think I mentioned this before. I don't want to get old or die ever.
Really?
I know, I really respect that you don't fear death, but I do. I don't want, if I could live forever, I would. I would love to be a vampire. That would be the ideal for me. Because it's already my schedule, the nocturnalness.
Yeah.
That part I'm attracted to, and also the never die. Like, I could just freeze me like this forever. I think being a vampire would be awesome.
I would be so depressed. It's just the perpetual disappointment of humanity.
But who cares? You're a vampire.
Have you ever watched that Jim Jarmusch film, Only Lovers Left Alive? It's so good.
Did I watch that one? Man, somebody just told me to watch that recently, and I can't remember if I did or not. I really have a terrible memory when it comes to movies. Hold on, I just Google it and see if I can jog my memories. I watch so much stuff, and then I can't remember what I've seen.
That's a shockingly good movie.
Okay, no, I didn't watch it yet, but yeah, a friend of mine told me that I had to watch it. So now I will, now that you've reminded me again.
Then tell me at the end of it if you still want to live forever.
Okay.
Because I would be the depressed vampire in that.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know. I mean, what is it? The one that I watched and that I love. What We Do in the Shadows.
I love What We Do in the Shadows.
So good. Yeah. I think this is what's inspired me to want to be a vampire. It just seems.
That is so funny,
fun, right?
The movie of that is
a fun time.
Yeah. The series is hysterical, but the original movie of What We Do in the Shadows, Phil and I watched that in a theater, and I thought I was gonna die. I was laughing so hard I thought I was gonna actually pass out because I couldn't breathe. It was so funny. Yeah, it's
a great movie.
Yeah,
and the show is good too. But yeah, the movie is great. Somebody just said, Salneated says, I'm in my early 60s and I think I'm in my best shape ever. I think I have to work hard on it, but it's true. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
So there have been multiple surveys of octogenarians, people in their 80s. And when they ask them what was the best decade of their life, the vast majority say their 60s.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Because you still have your health, your mobility. if you're somebody who's really dedicated to your career, you're at the peak of your career, really coming out of that, or you get to retire if you're someone who didn't really enjoy working. If you've had kids, your kids are grown. Usually, I guess a lot of people in their 60s are taking care of elderly parents, but often that's over too for people at that time. So it's just this freedom decade for people.
Oh, good news.
Good news.
Okay. What are your New Year's Eve plans?
I don't really have any. It's like, I don't think, I'm just going to stay home and try to read a book.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to go party?
Yeah.
Of course. I know. New Year's Eve.
Gonna power through. This week is always like really exhausting for me. I really like to power through the holiday party season.
What I hate most about New Year's Eve in Albuquerque is there's this tradition here that people are firing guns off all night. And I'm literally afraid to go out. I'm often afraid a bullet's going to hit my house. It's like that. So many people are firing guns here, and they don't just do it at midnight. They start getting drunk and they start doing it earlier. So
seems very dangerous.
I don't like it.
Getting drunk and firing guns off for fun.
It's America. So we're allowed. Yeah. And I've never lived in a
decision.
No, I've never lived in a place where this was happening, but it happens here, and it makes me not want to go out on New Year's Eve. I don't like it. And even when I'm home, I don't think I live in a pretty bougie neighborhood, kind of a tame neighborhood, really. But I am kind of afraid of stray bullets even coming in my house, because you're just hearing gunshots all night.
Yeah, that would be nerve-wracking.
And there are a lot of fireworks too, but there are definitely a lot of also gunshots going off. Yeah,
we've got a lot of fireworks and firecrackers and all that stuff. It happens the entire month of December here.
Yeah, totally. And then some.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm reserving. I might get plans, but right now I think I'm just gonna have a super mellow evening.
Okay. Well, I'll do the other extreme.
Okay.
And between the two of us, things will just even out.
That sounds great.
Okay. Well, Happy New Year to everyone. And we'll see you in 2026.
See ya.
Okay. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.